And the great Franklin Graham, Billy Graham's son, Franklin Graham, a fantastic man, he said 2 weeks ago, my father, Billy Graham, voted for Donald Trump. Nobody ever, he never said that before. Billy Graham wasn't somebody that would vote and say he voted. Franklin Graham said, Billy Graham may be the greatest of all, maybe the greatest of all time. He said, my father, Billy Graham, who was very old at the time and in trouble, he was in trouble, he was not well, he voted for Donald Trump. What a great tribute that was to me. What a great tribute. Great family. The USMCA will save the American auto industry and create over 100,000 new auto jobs, and our factories will not be closing and moving to other faraway lands. We'll keep them right here if that's okay. And I've taken the toughest ever action against China's chronic trade abuses, including tariffs on $370 billion worth of Chinese-made goods, bringing billions and billions of dollars into our treasury. And I gave some of that money because they were targeted to our farmers, and our farmers did just fine. And now the deal is done, and the other deals are done, and the farmers are doing very well. We love our farmers. And they never complain. They never complained. You know, when they'd go, the fake news back there, they'd go and they'd talk to the farmers. What do you think of President Trump? China is deciding not to buy anymore. And this, he said, you know what the farmers would say? We're going to have to suffer for a while because China and these other nations have been ripping us off for years. The president is right, and we're with the president. How great are they? How great are they? After years of rebuilding other nations, we are finally rebuilding our nation. We are finally putting America first. On no issue have Democrat politicians more thoroughly betrayed the American people than the issue of illegal immigration. Far-left radical politicians support deadly sanctuary cities, demonstrating their contempt, scorn, and disdain for everyday Americans and the American family. These jurisdictions release dangerous, violent criminal aliens out of their jails and directly onto your streets, where they are free to rob, attack, and kill American citizens. But we stop it. They want open borders, can you believe it? And because of Democrats' open border policies, they want open borders. They want people flowing. Come on in, come on in. Innocent Americans are being brutalized and murdered by illegal alien criminals. As just one example, right here in Ohio, you all know about it. An illegal alien went on a deadly crime spree, attempting to rape a 14-year-old girl, then raping and murdering a 60-year-old woman, then shooting another woman who took a shortcut through the park and was walking with her children. And finally, the police came. We love our police. And they were able to apprehend this terrible criminal. But Democrats stand for crime, corruption, and chaos. Republicans stand for law, order, and justice. That's really the way it is. Thanks to our tireless efforts to secure the border, illegal crossings are down 75% since May. We have ended catch and release. Catch and release. You know what catch and release is? We catch them, we take down their name, and we release them. What kind of crap is that? These are the policies that we inherited. You catch somebody, you take their name, say, please come back in 3 years, right? And we release them into our country. And if you don't do that, everybody gets sued. Can you believe this? We have ended catch and release. And here's the big thing. Ready? You read it today in the newspapers. In the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, we won the big, big, beautiful lawsuit where they were all suing us. The wall is being built. We built. We've built already a tremendous amount, but we're releasing $4 billion of military construction funds to build the biggest section of the wall. It's literally being signed now. It'll be under construction very shortly, in a couple of weeks. And we've already built over 100 miles of wall. How about that? 100 miles. And by the end of next year, we're going to have a lot of the wall built, and it's already having a big impact. How about the Democrats? Walls don't work. We want technology. I said, what are you going to do? They want drones. Oh, good. When people are rushing the caravans, when they're rushing, having a drone flying around is not going to help you too much, okay? Nothing like this. Well, you know, 5 years ago, the Democrats all wanted the wall. They just could never get it built. They didn't know how the hell to build it. I do. So we built 100 miles. I think probably more than that now. We have a lot under contract, but we won our big case. I woke up. They said, sir, we have good news. They overturned a horrible decision from the lower court. You can now fund the rest of the wall. I said, thank you very much. Thank you. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. But they want to have open borders. They want to have sanctuary cities. The radical Democrats have never been more extreme than they are right now. They are stone cold crazy. Virtually every top Democrat also now supports late-term abortion, ripping babies straight from the mother's womb, right up until the moment of birth. That is why I've asked Congress to prohibit late-term abortion, because Republicans believe that every child is a sacred gift from God. As of today, we've appointed 187 federal judges to interpret the Constitution as written. Think of that. And 2 great Supreme Court judges. Think of that, 187 federal and Court of Appeals judges. Think of that. Thank you, President Obama. He gave us 142 judges. Thank you. Thank you very much, President Obama. We have a record. It's a record, and we will appoint many more. But first day, I had 142 judges. 142. I said, how many do we have? Sir, you have 142. I said, you got to be kidding. I thought it'd say maybe none, maybe one, but certainly no more than one. They're like gold. They said, no, sir, you have 142. I said, you got to be kidding. How did this happen? President Obama did not get it done. And by the way, Mitch helped a lot, too, I have to tell you. Mitch helped a lot. He helped a lot. Wasn't so easy. Mitch McConnell. So wait, just a quick story then. Okay, I'm proud of this. So they have this Army tank plant, right, in Lima. And I said, what's going on? They're closing it. I said, oh, they are? Well, you know, they're closing everything. When I came in, they wanted to close everything. So I was president-elect, I think, right around that time. And I went to Lima. I went through the factory where they make these trucks, the plant. And they make the tanks, and they make all of these armored vehicles. And I said, these people are amazing. You could never close this. You could never reopen it again. They've been doing this for many, many decades. And this factory was incredible. And I looked at the tanks they're making. They're the best in the world, right? The Abrams, they're the best in the world. I said, wait a minute. If you close this, we're not going to be able, where are you going to build tanks? This is the primary factory in the whole country. I think it might be the only factory in the whole country. So they're going to close it. What are we going to do? Send over to China for tanks? Please send us. Please send us 200 tanks. We don't want to send you any tanks. No. We got to make our own tanks, right? We got to make our own tanks. So I did something based on my instinct, because instinct sometimes works better than anything else. Based on my instinct, I said, you can't close this plant. I went through that plant. I spent 2-3 hours talking to the people that work there. I looked at some of that hydraulic, and I love the whole thing, the world of tractors and all of that stuff. I know a lot about it. And I looked at the carvings, I looked at the metal, I looked at how perfect everything was, the turrets, the round, how perfect it fit. They put it on, it would fit like within 1/100th of an inch. And I said, you're not going to be able to do this anyplace else. I said, and we're going to be expanding our military. We're going to be rebuilding. Who the hell's going to make our tanks if you close it? I said, keep it open. It was all closed. Anybody from Lima? Is that a true story? All right? Right? It was closed. They announced it was closed. It was all set to close. I said, you can't close this plant. And now look, the numbers I just gave you. We're making almost 500 tanks. You could have never reopened a place like that. It's incredible. And you could have never gotten those workers. They are really skilled people. And if you did, it would have cost you billions and billions of dollars to do it. It wouldn't have been as good as what you have. So that was something I did that I'm very proud of, because I really overrode a lot of talented people that wanted to close it. I recognized Israel's true capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And we further recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, 52 years. For years you watched as your politicians apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America. And at stake in our present battle is the survival of the American nation. If you want your children to inherit the blessings that generations of Americans have fought and died for, and fought so hard to secure, then we must devote everything we have toward victory in 2020. We have to win. You know, we have to win. Because all of these things that we've done can be undone. And you can have a country that goes to hell very, very fast. Very, very fast. We will defend privacy, free speech, religious liberty, and the right to keep and bear arms. We support, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. We stand with the incredible heroes of law enforcement. We believe in the dignity of work and the sanctity of life. We believe that faith and family, not government and bureaucracy, are the true American way. We believe that children should be taught to love our country, honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we will always live by the words of our national motto, "In God we trust." Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. America is thriving like never before. And ladies and gentlemen of Ohio, the best is yet to come. Because together, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Toledo. Thank you.